Planned Parenthood understands that abortion stigma can make you feel isolated and scared. Listening to one another is how we build strong and supportive communities. That's why Planned Parenthood is sharing stories of resilience and hope from real people who've had abortions. Let's help create a world where everyone can get the care they need. Learn more at plannedparenthood.com/endstigma.
Ready to elevate your education and training career? Learning design experts are in high demand in every industry. Earn your master's in learning experience design and educational technology from WGU. Online, flexible, affordable. Learn more at wgu.edu.
Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. We're celebrating Pride Month with icons, supreme queens of queer culture. Some are household names. Others are a little more behind the scenes. All have defied social norms and influenced generations of people to be unapologetically themselves. Today we're talking about a pop singer who topped the charts in the 1960s. Her songs gave a voice to teenage love and angst, and to the burgeoning second-wave feminist movement. Let's talk about Lesley Gore. Lesley was born on May 2, 1946, in Brooklyn, New York. She grew up in the nearby town Tenafly, New Jersey. By the time she was a teenager, Lesley demonstrated a natural and forceful talent as a singer. Her vocal teacher helped her record a few simple demos with piano accompaniment in a studio. Those demos became Lesley's ticket to stardom when they crossed paths with legendary producer Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones is now one of the most recognizable and award-winning producers in American music history. But in the early 1960s, he was still proving himself in the business. When he heard Lesley's singular voice, girlish yet commanding, it was clear he'd discovered something special. Lesley recorded what became her first and biggest hit on a Saturday afternoon at Bell Sound Studios in Manhattan. The song, titled "It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want To," follows a classic narrative of teen heartbreak. When Quincy learned that fellow producer Phil Spector also planned to record the song with a girl group, he rushed production of Lesley's version to beat him to it. The song became a #1 hit within a few weeks, with millions of teenage girls able to relate to its story of romantic disappointment. By June of that same year, Lesley released her first album, titled "I'll Cry If I Want To." Lesley and her family struggled to adapt to her newfound fame, especially since Lesley was still just 16 years old. She later recalled, when the disc jockey would say, "That was Lesley Gore, the sweetie pie from Tenafly," well, people just came to Tenafly. You know, I'd wake up and there were people camped out on the grass. Lesley continued to release pop singles. It's Judy's Turn to Cry, the sequel to It's My Party, hit #5 on the charts. Her other big hit, You Don't Own Me, became a feminist rallying cry when it was released in late 1963. Its anti-patriarchal lyrics resonated with the millions of women and girls listening to the radio. Lesley later said, "I don't care what age you are, whether you're 16 or 116. There's nothing more wonderful than standing on the stage and shaking your finger and singing, 'Don't Tell Me What to Do.'" The song reached #2 on the singles chart. It was boxed out of the #1 spot by the Beatles' smash hit, I Wanna Hold Your Hand. As the decade progressed, Lesley's genre of girl group pop was slowly replaced by a more psychedelic sound. She didn't have any more top 10 hits. She chose to continue her education at Sarah Lawrence College rather than pursue music full-time. Lesley's college years gave her the time and space to explore her sexuality and helped her realize she was a lesbian. Though it would be decades before she came out publicly, she said she never tried to hide that aspect of her identity from close friends and family. As she put it, "I just tried to live as normally as humanly possible, but as truthfully as humanly possible." After graduating in 1968, Lesley continued to release singles, though she never achieved the same chart-topping success again. Eventually, she turned to songwriting and released several singer-songwriter albums over the course of her career. In 1980, Lesley and her brother Michael co-wrote the song Out Here on My Own for the soundtrack of the movie Fame. It became a hit and earned Lesley an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song. In her later years, Lesley lived with her longtime partner Lois Sasson in New York City. She died of lung cancer on February 16, 2015. She was 68 years old. All month, we're talking about icons. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow. Planned Parenthood fights every day so all people can get the care and education they need to live full, healthy lives. That means having the freedom to control your own body and make decisions for your future, including whether to have an abortion. Abortion storytellers are important. Their powerful narratives, each as unique as they are, reject silence and shame. That's why Planned Parenthood is building a platform to share stories, busting stigma and breaking down barriers to essential health care, one voice at a time. Together, we can help create a future where all people are free to make their own decisions, no matter what. Learn more at PlannedParenthood.com/EndStigma.
Get moving in the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet, like the Civic, the vehicle car and driver called more fun to drive than the competition, and the HR-V, with more style and more exhilarating performance. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.9% APR on a 2023 Honda Civic or 2023 HR-V.
Get a springtime deal on the Honda for you. See your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R car and driver October 2021.
Laura Ingalls Wilder, author of the Little House on the Prairie books.
She's one of the most important American children's authors of the 20th century.
Inspiration for a hit television show.
Women will come up to me and cry and say, Little House on the Prairie was my escape.
As a kid, I idolized Laura. And last summer, I went on the road in search of the real Laura. What I found is a complicated person alongside the complicated country she represents. I'm Glynis McNichol, and this is Wilder. Listen to Wilder on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.